Every hotel on Earth made the same design choice at the same time. And it wasn't about cleanliness, it was about money. Walk into a 5-star suite, walk into a roadside budget motel. Different prices, different lobbies, different views, same white pillows, same white sheets. You assume it's hygiene, that's what they want you to assume. But the real reason traces back to a cold, calculated decision made in the late 1990s. And once you see it, you'll never look at a hotel bed the same way again. So why white? Why not cream, beige, or soft gray? Something that hides stains better? White shows everything, which makes it feel like the worst possible choice. Unless you understand the business behind it. At first glance, the hygiene explanation makes sense. White looks clean. White exposes dirt. White feels clinical. If there's a stain, you'll see it. That transparency builds trust. But here's where it gets interesting. Hotels didn't always use white bedding. In the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, hotel rooms were loud. Patterned bedspreads, floral comforters, dark colors, busy prints. Those patterns weren't random. They hid stains, they masked wear, they made laundry less obvious. So something changed. In 1999, Westin Hotels and Resorts launched something called the Heavenly Bed. All white, crisp sheets, plush white duvet, fluffed white pillows. It looked different, it looked expensive. It felt like sleeping in a cloud instead of on top of a patterned rug. Guests loved it. Occupancy rates jumped, room satisfaction scores climbed, and competitors noticed. Fast. Within a few years, the all-white bed became the industry standard. Not because it was cleaner, but because it sold better. But that's only half the story. Here's the part nobody talks about. White isn't just aesthetic, it's operational. Hotels wash thousands of sheets every week, tons of linen, literally. When everything is white, it all goes into the same industrial wash cycle. Same temperature, same detergent, same bleach, no sorting by color, no separating lights from darks, no worrying about dye bleeding. That means faster turnaround, lower labor costs, fewer ruined loads. And bleach, the cheapest, most aggressive cleaning agent, can be used freely without destroying the fabric's appearance. White survives bleach. Colored sheets don't. This is why that matters. In hospitality, laundry is one of the highest recurring expenses. Water, energy, staff, replacement inventory. If switching to white reduces complexity, even slightly, across hundreds of properties over decades, that's millions saved every year. And here's the twist. White makes replacement easier too. When a white sheet is damaged, you can swap it with any other white sheet from bulk inventory. No matching shades, no discontinued colors. Just plug and play. Standardization at scale. That's not luxury, that's logistics. But it gets deeper. White doesn't just reduce costs, it increases perceived value. Psychologically, white signals purity, freshness, sterility, even when the material quality is identical to a colored alternative. We associate brightness with cleanliness, even when there's no measurable difference. So when you walk into a room and see that bright white bed glowing under warm lighting, your brain relaxes. You think, clean. Even though cleanliness depends on process, not pigment. And this is the part nobody talks about. White is brutally honest. A single stain ruins the illusion, which forces hotels to maintain higher visible standards. But here's the irony. The sheet isn't cleaner because it's white. It just can't hide mistakes, so the color becomes a compliance tool. Employees know stains are visible, guests know stains are visible. Accountability increases, not because of morality, but because of optics. And once white became associated with luxury, the economics locked in. Guests began expecting it. Hotels that didn't use white looked outdated, cheap, even if they weren't. So now the entire industry is in a feedback loop. White signals luxury. Luxury allows higher room rates. Higher room rates justify the operational shift. Operational efficiency increases profit. Profit reinforces the choice. And suddenly, what feels like a design preference is actually a financial system. But zoom out. Look around a hotel room. Minimalist art, neutral walls, warm lighting, oversized mirrors. It all feels curated, intentional, high-end. But here's where it gets interesting. Almost every luxury signal in hotels is an economics decision dressed up as aesthetics. Neutral colors age slower. Simple furniture is cheaper to replace. Hard surfaces are easier to clean. White bedding is cheaper to process. Luxury isn't about extravagance. It's about scalable efficiency that feels expensive. The white pillow isn't whispering clean, it's whispering optimized. And once you see it, you start noticing it everywhere. Airlines, restaurants, retail stores. The most premium experiences are often the most operationally efficient behind the curtain, because true luxury in business isn't about spending more, it's about spending smarter. So the next time you sink into a perfectly fluffed white hotel pillow, remember this: the hotel isn't signaling clean, it's signaling cheap to maintain. And the real question is, how many other things we call luxury are just smart cost control in disguise? If you found this useful, subscribe. We do this for a lot of things you thought you understood. See you in the next one.